Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest. I wasn't planning on doing a daily update video today because I had already recorded another video and I had planned to actually record yet another video today. And that video was a Kneppy's analysis on Iris, but we did see a company I own release the half-year results. I'm recording this at 4:09 p.m. And if you have been watching my daily updates videos, you'll know that I'm not present at my computer when the market is open. But I do come back to the computer around about 4 p.m., just after the market has closed and is going through the closing auction. And I had a look at the share price performance of that company. And that company is Gentrack, up 28%. So I thought, yes, let's do a daily up video, because whenever a company you have in your portfolio is up 28% on the back of half-year results, you have to crow about it. You have to be happy about it. So I thought, yeah, why not do a daily update video today? And then I can release those other two videos in the next few days. Now, what I'm doing here is starting at the CommSec website. So we'll just start at the homepage. So just for those who don't know how to get the announcements from CommSec, it's actually not that easy. Well, maybe that's the wrong way to put it, but it's not that obvious how you get announcements for every single company on the ASX in the same list. So you have to go to Quotes and Research up the top there from the homepage, look at Tools, and then it bring up a company you've last looked at in the interactive charting. And for me, that was BHP Group. Many months ago, it seems like. And then just beside that, you have company announcements. That will bring up all the company announcements on the ASX. It used to only bring up the announcements for BHP. It seems like CommSec have made a bit of a change here. And then what usually I do is I filter it. I only want to look at market sensitive announcements that were released today. You could look at all those market sensitive announcements released in a week, but I just want to look at today, and there has been a 109 events. So I typically call these price-sensitive announcements, not really market-sensitive. Anyway, so we can have a look at all these announcements that have been released today, and we are in May right now, which is reporting season for New Zealand companies. So straight off the bat this morning, before 8 a.m., we had 3 companies release their half-year results or full-year results. For 2 of these companies, Infratil and AFT Pharmaceuticals. AFT Pharmaceuticals is one of the most illiquidly traded companies on the ASX, and I shall actually show you that. The company I want to feature in this particular daily update is Gentrack. Now, time is 4:11, so we have just gone through the closing auction, so we can see what the share price of Gentrack closed at. Now, when I opened up the results for Gentrack, and this is after my morning run, so I worked on the night shift. Whenever I work on my second night shift, I go for a 14K run, and then as soon as I finish run, which is usually around about 9 a.m., I go straight to my computer and look at all the announcements that have been released, and I knew Gentrack was going to release their results soonish, and it just happened to be today. I opened up the results, and I was a very happy shareholder. They were pretty good results, really good growth in revenue, really good growth in cash flow, really good growth in profit. I won't show you the results just yet. So let's just see how the market responded. And in fact, what I'll do is I'll just zoom in a little bit, maybe a little bit more. Plus. So all you have to do in CommSec is just hover your mouse on the TIG code, and you can see what the share price has closed at, because this is up to date. It's not 20-minute delayed. And Gentrack is up 29% today and closed at $4.13, which is the high of the day. We know it's a high of the day because the 52-week range is between $1.12 and $4.13. So it closed on the high day. This is a bullish one-day candlestick. Now, if I usually look at TradingView for my charting needs, but this is delayed. So on TradingView right now, Gentrack is $4.08. It is 20 minutes delayed. That means the time is now 4:13 p.m., which means the share price at 3:53 p.m. was $4.08. But you can see how bullish this chart is for Gentrack. Now, I bought Gentrack quite a few years ago, and I had to be patient with this company. So I bought this company in the middle of 2020 when the share price was down. I think I bought about $1.20. There was a nice little rise in 2021, but it did not sell out. And then it pulled back all the way back down below my share price that I bought in September of last year. And I went, ugh, damn it. And then we started to see a little bit of action. And then they released some really good news in November. I took some profits. I didn't completely sell out. Now, some investors completely sell out when they decide to sell a company. I don't typically do that for companies that I want to own for the long term, but I always take a little bit of profits. And that could be a mistake because of what happened today. But this is a bullish looking chart. It was bullish before this day. Share price was in a beautiful uptrend. So at $4.13, the last time the share price was this high for this company was way back in 2019. So we're at about almost a 4-year high. So you can see this long-term chart. And I was a shareholder of this company way back in 2016-17, share price moving up. Share price actually went to a high of $6.80. And then this company went through some troubled times between about 2019 into 2020. So share price actually tumbled before COVID-19 financial panic. But it does look, things are turning around for this company based off these results and based off the market reaction. So up 28%. Now we can have a look at some of the other announcements today. Infratil, I don't know much about this company, New Zealand-based company, up or minus, negative 1.43%. Market cap is $6.6 billion. I'm assuming, so I'll just put in Infratil, I'm assuming they're, oh, that's a pretty nice chart. Gee, the weekly chart looks brilliant for this company. Maybe I should do a little bit of research. What does this company do? I was assuming Energy is engaged in the ownership of an infrastructure business which provides services to individuals and communities. It operates through the following business segments: Trust Power, Tilt Renewables, Wellington International Airport. Okay, yes, so quite a few infrastructure plays there for this company. So maybe I should do a little bit of research because this is a beautiful looking weekly chart. It goes all the way back to 2010 when the share price was $1. So it's gone from $1 to $9 over a 12-year period. That's a nice looking chart. Congratulations to Infratil. So I've never actually looked at this company. So one of the reasons I am doing this channel is to share ideas. And I get a lot of my ideas from various different sources, including ASX announcements, including podcasts, articles online, that sort of thing. So that's one of the things, probably the main thing I wanted to give you is to share some of my ideas with you. And Infratil is an idea that just popped up right now because of their full year results released today. The other company was AFT Pharmaceuticals. So just have a look at that. So up 20 cents, 6%. That doesn't mean anything because when I looked at this company earlier on, you can see the buyers and sellers. There's 5 buyers and sellers in the list right now. When I opened this company up, when they released this announcement, they only had 1 buyer and 1 seller. And the difference between those buyers and sellers was 50 cents. So the buyer had a bid in at $3.20. Seller had a bid at $3.70. I don't assume there was many trades today. 3 trades today. One at 10, actually 2 trades today. One at 1:08 p.m. and the one at 3:34 p.m. That does not mean I would not take a position in this type of company. And the main thing I believe for this type of company, the most important thing maybe, is their maiden dividend was announced today. I have a feeling that's what's happened. Let's have a look at the announcement. No, it wasn't in that one. It was another one where they announced. It must have been the presentation. I'm pretty sure they mentioned this was their first ever dividend. I get a little bit excited when I see a company announce their very first dividend. Yep, AFT declares maiden dividend. And another thing to like about this company is their revenue. So one of the things I look for is continuous revenue growth. And over the past 10 years, this company has grown their revenue from $40 million, New Zealand dollars, this is a New Zealand-based company, up to 157. So they quadrupled their revenue over the past 10 years. And based off this presentation, they're going to significantly increase their revenue over the next 10 years. Their profit was down this year, there were some reasons behind it. They did mention those reasons, something to do with licensing income, much lower than last year. Also spending a little bit more money on sellers, not sellers, salespeople, that sort of thing. I might as well show you the Gentrack because I've shown you AFT. So let's have a quick look at Gentrack results. Very quick look. So revenue up 47.7%, EBITDA up 14.8 million, profit up from a net loss of 5.8 million to a profit of 7.9 million, cash up 14.5 million. So this company was highly free cash flow positive in the half year. No dividend payable. That's okay. I'm not obsessed with dividends. In fact, sometimes if a company is able to grow their revenue and their profits at a really good clip, so have a really good return on equity, I don't mind the company not giving their shareholders a dividends because they're much better at growing their company than maybe I could be at growing my wealth. Because I'm aiming for 20%, but if a company has return on equity, say 30%, they probably would do a better job than me to grow my wealth. Anyway, that's sort of a different rant I have. So really good results for Gentrack, and that's why the share price was up significantly. Now, let's go on to some more interesting announcements, and then we'll have a look at the top gainers because maybe I might skip, just ignorantly skip some of the better announcements here. So what I'm doing is very quickly going just through the names and through the announcements. What I'm looking for here is trading updates or profit downgrades, profit upgrades. Those are the main sort of announcements I am looking for, and nothing really exciting just yet. I'm also looking for well-known companies, big companies that have released interesting results as well. Tyro Payments. Potentia withdraws from change of control discussions. So there was a potential takeover offer for Tyro Payments, and more than likely, Tyro Payments has gone down for the day, down 16.6%. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of selling on open. Let's have a look at Tyro chart or payments chart today. So there was a little bit of selling. Share price got down to $1.19. Nice little recovery. This down day, I think it was this down day back in December, that was when another takeover bid was withdrawn. A lot of selling on that day. Share price down 19.46%. Then share price rebounded. And then there was another takeover bid or something like that. So I think this was an overreaction from the market. And oh, look at this. So draw a line. The lows the last time there was a takeover bid withdrawn. Not quite the lows. So it's sort of a range. So when I talk about resistance and what's the other one called? Resistance and support levels, I'm talking about the zones, not a particular price. And this is a fairly good sort of example of that because I'd put the resistance or support zone sort of in that area. And the share price of Tyro Payments got into that support zone today, and we did see a little bit of a rally. Share price did pop up. So that was sort of the zone where if you like this company for the long term, maybe that was the time, that is the price zone to take a position in this company. So down, was it 16.2%? I think in those sort of situations, the markets do overreact if there is a takeover bid withdrawn. That's just my opinion. Spacetalk launches Adventure 2 smartwatch. Let's see if there's any. Nothing there. Just want to have a look at Spacetalk. I don't follow this company too closely. Down 3. This is interesting. So the share price was reached a high of 3.8 cents today and closed at 3 cents. So there was initial excitement about this announcement, it looks like. Spacetalk. Yeah, so there was initial excitement. Share price went from about 3.1 cents to 3.8 cents, probably in the morning, you would say, because that's when retail investors get a little bit too excited. Let's have a look at the 1 minute data. Yeah, there was a bit of, actually the high was reached at 10:25 a.m. 10:25 a.m. just after open when retail investors get a little excited, and then there was selling throughout the rest of the day. So nothing to get too excited about. Spacetalk. Fairly small cap company, $9 million. Wow. Anyway, City Chic. I forgot about this one. They did release a market update. And based off what I read in this market update, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little bit more selling today, going through a strategic review. There was talk about how revenue was down from the previous corresponding period. But then they sort of not justified it, but they also said, well, it might be down 15% from the previous corresponding period. But if you compare the revenue in this particular half or whatever, and compare it to 2 years ago, then it's up. You don't do that. You shouldn't do that. So I haven't gone through this trading update here. It says, so group sales for the 45 weeks, so most of the year, down 15.2%, but up approximately 16.4% on financial year 21. Revenue by region and channel for the first 19 weeks is delayed below. So let's have a look at that. So I didn't get this far when I briefly looked at it this morning. So lots of negatives in this. So this company has been absolutely beaten down. Was it beaten down again today? Down 1.3%. It was down a fair bit today. So it got down to about 34 cents, looks like, during today, in the first 2 or 3 hours of trading. And there was a little bit of a rally in the share price. So go City Chic. In fact, the low today was a long-term low, maybe an all-time low. And we can see that little bit of rally just looking at the one-day candlestick. Share price fell all the way down to 34 cents and closed at, was at 36.5 cents. Still down a little bit from yesterday, but still share price of this company is in a downtrend. Market cap of this company right now must be really low. $92 million. Let's have a look at the weekly chart for this. This was a really favored company on the ASX not long ago. Between about, say, 2018 and 2021, this was featured among the best companies on the ASX. Maybe I'm being a bit hyperbolic saying that, but this was a beautiful chart. Share price went from about 60 cents way back in 2018 all the way to a high of almost $7. This was, this was a 10-bagger over a 3-year period. A beautiful looking chart. But this has the hallmark tech company chart Matterhorn pattern, up the mountain, get to the top of the mountain, and then fall all the way back down. In fact, the share price now, I sort of mentioned may have been all-time low, but actually not quite. Last time share price was this low was way back in 2018, just before the company went on that run. So maybe there is value in this company right now at a market cap less than $100 million. I'm just shocked by that. Shocked, I tells you. Shocked, I tells you. Anyway, let's go on to look at some other companies. Looking for any sort of interesting. Austco Healthcare is a small company, $33 million. Looks like they have a contract, $3.9 million contract, up 13%. Not a exciting looking chart when you look at the chart for this company. So this is the weekly chart. And you can just see even the weekly charts, not that exciting, but good day for Austco, up 13%. So we're up to Farm Ost, Lend-Lease, asset sell down and segment updates. I'm not sure if that's any exciting. No. Helios and Australian Clinical Labs. So I think Australian Clinical Labs wants to buy out Helios. ACL's down 2%, Helios down 1.2%. That could be it for today. Let's keeps going. So almost at 10 a.m. And this is when I usually go off and do stuff for the rest of the day. Watch a little bit of TV, that sort of thing. NFN, NA has no name, this company. And that might be it. Oh, Payright, proposed delisting, share consolidation, name change. And more than likely, the reason they're delisting is because management think this company is completely undervalued, even though it has a market cap of $11 million, down 23.1%. This always happens when a company says they're going to delist because they are undervalued. The share price absolutely tanks because people don't want to be holding a company that they can't trade. And that's why publicly listed companies are worth more than private companies. And I would say they're probably saying they would become better valued, not better value, they would be more fairly valued as a private company than a private company than a public company. And I don't think that's true. So let's have a look at this announcement to see what or why they're doing it. Reasons for seeking removal from the official list. Low free float. So that's interesting. So according to this, 85% of the company is owned by MCP Credit. That is a low free float. So that's actually probably a pretty good idea. If most of the company is held by one shareholder, and it says here they do not have indicate any intention to trade its shares, limited trading. Well, this is interesting. According to this, shares on issue have increased from 209 million to 881 million during the past 5 months. Is that true? That's a lot of capital raisings. Undervalued securities, there it is, undervalued securities. The board considers the price at which the company's shares have traded over an extended period does not reflect the underlying value of the company's business or its net assets. So they might be in for a bit of a shock. Lack of investor interest. I don't know anything about this company. More than likely, they're not profitable. They're burning through cash. And that's why there's a lack of investor interest in this company right now. And of course, cost of a continued listing save approximately $322,000 over a 12-month period. Management time and effort. Management are being a little bit lazy. I'm saying that with tongue in cheek because I understand what they're talking about, because you do have to spend a fair bit of time with management do have to spend a fair bit of time when they are a publicly listed company. If they're private, they don't have to spend that time, and they could use that time more efficiently for the company. So Payright off the ASX, or that's what they want anyway. And anything else? Let's have a look. Half-year report and accounts for a company called Seitel. I don't know anything about this company. $62 million market cap. Share price is $7. Someone's bowing outside. $7.80, which means there's not many shares on issue. I'd say, without even knowing this company at all, shares in this company are heaps illiquidly traded, just like AFT. Let's put in, what was the ticker code? Get rid of Spacetalk. SSL. I have no idea what this company does. And if the chart is any indication, well, the chart looks beautiful. This is a weekly chart, by the way. Even on the weekly chart, this looks like it's illiquidly traded. This goes all the way back to 2005. This tells you it's really illiquidly traded. Let's have a look at the daily chart. And this should tell you it's not many shares traded in this company. In fact, if we go to the trade history for this company, in the past year, this is the past year, these are all the days where there's been shares traded in this company. So we're talking about 13 or 14 days we've seen trading in this company. This is the sort of company I probably will not hold, because this is extreme illiquidity. If I took a position, I'd want to be sure this is a company I want to own for the long term. So I'm not even going to look at their half-year report. It's probably really interesting. Let's have a look at it. Let's see if this company is profitable. I don't even know what they do. Revenue down 5% straight away, a red flag there. Down to 6.4 million. Profit of 588,000. Yeah, not interested at all. Just looking at that. And that could be it. That is it. There's a group business update for a company called Income Asset Management Group. I'm planning to actually do a video on that company, so I won't look at that particular announcement. So we have looked at the announcements, and now let's have a look at the top gainers via market index. Time is 4:32. So we should have, if I just refresh this should be for the end of the day, end of the closing auction. Best performing company, Westar Resources. We have Wildcat, Zulika, Gentrack, the fourth best performing company on the ASX today. We have Love Group there, market cap of 2.6 million. Now, Gentrack's market cap now 416 million. Adelon Gold, SRG Technology, they did release an announcement today, but I didn't have a look at it. X-Tech, well, that's good movement there. That is a company I do own. Bigtincan. I'm pretty sure Bigtincan, there was an announcement today. I just totally missed it. Let's have a look. Bigtincan. Response to media speculation. What's this in regards to? Let's have a look, because the market liked it. Was it a takeover bid? Bigtincan announced it's blah, blah, blah. Something about a possible takeover bid at 80 cents. The board does not consider it to be the best interest of shareholders to progress that proposal at this time. Bigtincan has received other confidential approaches since that announcement. There is no certainty that any such proposals would lead to a transaction. Understandable why the market a little bit excited about this announcement. Share price significantly lower than at that 80 cents, up 15%. And anything else exciting here? So sort of looking for big cap companies. Austco, 13%. Sort of mentioned that briefly. Rox Resources. And that's about it. EBR was another company that released an announcement today that I totally went by, skipped by. That's up 124.7% so far in the last year. Not so far in the last year, just in the last year. So those are the best performing companies. Now we're getting to companies only up like 7 or 8%. A live tails there. So let's have a look at the worst performing companies today. Wingara, 23.73%. What happened with Wingara? Anything? Let's have a look. It's not the right date. No announcement. Just down. Illiquid, maybe. You can see the spread between the buyers and sellers, 12 or 1.2 cents. So the first buyer is at 4.7 cents. The first buyer is at 5.9 cents. So tomorrow, if someone likes this company, they could buy at 5.9 cents and the share price would be up like 28%. So I sort of ignore those sort of rises or drops in share prices. So let's go have a look at some of the other biggest losers today. Australian Agricultural Projects, not going to look at that. No, Tyro Payments, one of the worst performing companies, down 16%. We've already talked about that. And that's about it. Rhythm Biosciences are down again. Jeez, is that 3 days in a row? It's down big after a massive update. Yeah, look at that. Massive update, up about 100%, 95.7%, and down 3 days in a row, 13.8%, 11.9%, 12.5%. So not good 3 days for Rhythm Biosciences. That might be it for today's video. No other big companies here. Marley Spoon down 11.1%. Galen Lithium, don't know anything about that company. I think that's it for today's video. So a really good day for Gentrack and shareholders, like I am a shareholder. And a good day for, what was that, other companies that had really good days. So even though Gentrack was the best performer, Westar Resources, Wildcat Resources, and Zuluka Gold had a better day than Gentrack today, with Westar Resources up 33%, Wildcat up 33% also, and Zuluka Gold up 28.6%, although Westar and Zuluka both have a market cap of less than $10 million. Although Wildcat Resources, market cap $51 million and up 126% in the past year. Not quite as good as Gentrack, up 190% in the past year. So if you have any questions about any companies I featured in today's video, I'd love to hear from you, your questions, and hopefully the plan is I won't do another one of these unless something really exciting happens over the next few days, because I do have 2 other videos planned to release on Tuesday and Wednesday. So last thing I should say is I'm not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.